Russian Druzhina. Druzhina was a colonel of the Russian army. The prince decided how many warriors and when to be hired for army from the residents of cities. Sometimes the Russian princes resorted to services of hired groups, from whom rather takings, but not the purpose of war was important. The team consisted of professional warriors and was the main support for the prince. At 9th–10th century, the prince maintained the Russian warriors. On his farmstead they lived. Some even owned the land with peasants. Mainly the income of team warriors consisted of the tribute received by the prince, of some collectings of war takings. The team was divided into groups. The top level, a professional military, the senior team, was consisted of the princemen and boors. Out of them Possadniks, voevods and Tysyatsky were appointed. The junior team included in its structure gridny, adolescents and children, young warriors, as a rule the sons of princely teams. The number of all the army in Kievan Rus was from 15 to 25,000 of warriors. In case of emergency the prince could collect 40 and 50,000 people. Sviatoslav's army during a campaign to Bulgaria made up about 60,000 people, including allies and mercenaries. The army was divided into thousands and hundreds. Over time 1,000 changed to okrug, where warriors from a certain territory entered. By the 10th century, such a separately operating army was called a regiment. The main kind of troops in 9th–10th century was the infantry, though the first Kiev princes had a cavalry sufficient for protection of flanks and for strong attacking during the battle. The arms of the old Russian warrior consisted of a massive sword more than 90 centimeters length, a wide fighting knife, a spear, a fighting axe and a bow with arrows. By 10th century, earlier than in Western Europe, the sabers appeared. Out of the protective weapon, the Russian warriors had the chain armors weaved from iron rings, helmets, shishaks, and shields of an almond shape. There are data that in the 10th century, Rusici used machines for throwing of stones and big arrows, knew the obsidian and digging art. They surrounded with deep ditches not only fortresses, but also the field camps for safety. Preparing for fights, they came out to an open field and be engaged in military games. They studied how to fast attack and learned of great movements which made a victory. The main fighting order of the Kiev army was a wall. It consisted of 10–20 ranks, built on the front on 500 meters. Flanks of a wall were protected by cavalry. Such structure allowed to engage at the same time large number of warriors in action, so the weapon too. Before army archers were lined up, they started the battle, striking the first blow to the enemy. Then archers departed in intervals between fighting orders or dispersed on flanks, supporting actions of infantry. The main task of the commander was to strike the first crushing blow and not to allow a wall to be splitted. In this case, the wall lost its main quality, solidity. The wall, being covered with shields, rapidly rushed on the enemy. In order to strengthen of the first blow, Rusici changed to run. The Byzantine historian Lev Dyakontsev spoke of the Russian warriors. These people are brave to madness. They are brave and strong. The conquered, they never surrender to enemy, but sticking a sword into belly, they kill themselves.